What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your girl Survivor Speaks, and happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Um, I see we have one person that's here, um, and I'm glad to have you. Um, so let's just move it right along. Welcome to Survivor Speaks Investigates. Today, we're diving into part three of the chilling case of Ali Abulaban, aka Jinn Kid, the TikTok star turned assassin. So we're going to be looking at the sentencing hearing. um, the video is provided by Law and Crime. I actually like what they did with this video, so it's just not the sentencing hearing. So they actually put like a compilation together, which I think was pretty dope. So I'm going to be using their video um, under fair use. So please don't strike my channel. It's for education, and it is for commentary. Now, I do want to say that along with this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, this is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So, the video that we're going to be looking at, part three of this guy that's just out of control, um, it aligns with that part of this month. So, it is what it is, but we're going to watch the video. This guy is disgusting. If you have been here with me before and you didn't think it could get any worse, just wait till you see the video today, and how this guy was, how he's such an actor, but it's hard for him to hide who he is truly. And then, during this show, I will be stopping the video, celebrating, another year that I get to um, enjoy the month of October. Because it's a month that, was kind of like made for your girl. And, and all the other millions of people that have had this disease, fought this disease, that are battling this disease, and who's going to be healed from this disease, but they got to go through the motions. You understand what I'm saying? Because that was my mindset. When I was first given my diagnosis, I'm already healed, right? I just need to go through the motions. I don't want to speak to anybody that's crying right now. I know it sounds pretty cruel. I didn't want to talk to anybody that was crying, doing all that. Sister got work to do. In his name, I'm already healed. I just got to get through, the hurdles. And I'll be on the other side. And here I am on the other side. So before we get into the video, let's get into some of the legalities. And we'll be right back. This video is being shown to you under the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And we're
full cycle. I just might though, just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is not we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through. And when you way in the dark, them demons try to fight you. But you can't let them when you gotta see the damn light. Diabetes came from nowhere, messed up whole life. That's what I used to think, my mama helped me out. I got one deer in the sky to make proud, don't count me out. Let's get it started, rest in peace my mama, I don't wanna talk. Fresh fit, who that little nigga, fresh the way he walk. New drip, I'm that one dude creating all the sauce. News flip, you that one do the worker, not a boss. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm standing tall. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm still gon' ball. It's safe to say that after all this, I never fall. I never fall.
And we are back. What's up, Jella? What's up? What's up, girl? I'm glad you are able or was able to make it. Today's show, we're going to be, making it do what it do. Why you ain't off the screen yet? Excuse me. So, on today's show, we're going to go over the video. So I've chosen a video from Law and Crime because I really wanted to get to the sentencing part of it. I really don't want to, drag it out and really hit this guy too much longer. We heard enough from here, but unfortunately, we have to hear more from him, during this video. I'm using his video from Law and Crime. I thought they did a pretty good job of putting, things together regarding his certain sentencing. So we're going to actually use that video. And as I stated, hey, I'm Jella. Oh, that's YNG-Tye, YNG-Tye. YNG-Tye is my artist. He's also my nephew. He's on the spectrum, but he's 17 years old. He has been battling with juvenile diabetes since he was 8. So a lot of people don't know that song, that 1 minute, the song is 1 minute and 14 seconds. He actually poured out his heart on that track. Everything on the track is true. So he's on the spectrum, but the only thing that really has been he's been affected by is his attention span. So when he's doing something that's he his attention span is very short. Like he came to the house. I'm gonna tell you this funny story. It was so funny. He came to my house because my sister lived in Syracuse, New York, and so I'm in Jersey. So they came here to visit, and he told my husband he wanted to work out with him in the basement. He wanted him to show him, but he went down there and did like 10 things real fast. Yeah, it's on all platforms. Jella. The thing about him is, he does not write. He does not write. So this is the story. I'm going to tell the story quickly, but I'm going to get to it because it's so funny. So he came here and he went down there and he did like 10 arm curls really, really fast. And he came back upstairs. So my husband was like, I thought he was coming back downstairs for me. I said, no, he was done. He did his little 10. He was done. But he's very intelligent. Very intelligent. When he was in the second or third grade, they told my sister and her partner passed away, which is his other mother. So that's who he's rapping about in the song when you hear him say, "I got Rondera in the sky." Don't count them out. So all of that he went through. He's been insulin dependent since he was 8. Ever since they found out he had juvenile diabetes. But it never stopped him. He plays basketball. He plays football as well. Like I said, the only thing it really affects is his attention span. So he doesn't write anything, any of his music. He doesn't write it. He listens to a beat and then he makes the song. And this is another part of him being on the spectrum. He doesn't listen to the song. anymore. After chords, that's it. So right now we're at the space where he has called More Money. It's on all platforms. Um, but he has a whole he has a whole he has a like an album and plus of music. I put it out like independently. That's why it's under. You have to type in Survivor Speaks and it says featuring YNG-Tye. It's just a distributor that I used. That's the way they have it coming out. But he gets all the credit. So I make sure that he's credited. So if we do make anything from the platforms that we're on, like I have it set up where he whatever it is, it will go directly to him. Right now, he doesn't want to rap. This has been going on after I put the second song out. He told me he didn't want to rap no more. Like I said, he doesn't really. You got to really remember that he's on the spectrum. So I'm his aunt, but I understand I'm not trying to force him to do anything. But that put such a smile on his face when I put the song out. I sent him the beat because it used to just be an instrumental. So I sent him the beat. And so then he texted me and was like, oh yeah, I just found my headphones. I'm about to record right now. In like 10 minutes, my phone going off like bing. He sent it. I'm like, well, dang, he just said he was going. So that's how talented he is. He does. He had a nice song out with one of his friends. He was Caucasian, and oh my gosh, I would have loved to have put this record out because y'all would have been like, wait a minute, these kids are what? So they were actually 13 and 14 at the time, and it was his best friend for a long time. He lives in Syracuse, New York, and it's not really too many people up there. But what happened was his best friend decided to invite him to his house, and he had his other friends over there. My nephew had never seen them before, and he started using the N word like just over and over and over again. You're not late, Denitra. Thank you for being here. I'm just talking me and Jill, kicking it about my my artist slash nephew. So Denitra's here. I'm gonna get started in 1 minute. So, but the young man started using the N word, and he just was like, he's never done that before. So he's like, we can't be friends no more. He told them, we can't be friends no more. He's like, why? He's like, why would you invite me to your house and then you have your friends over there and you keep using an N word? Like, me and you've been hanging around each other for a long time. You've never used that word before. So I'm just confused. The one thing about him, his cutoff game is like he on the spectrum. He don't have time to do a whole lot of things. He don't got time for that. You done crossed him. He like, I'm out. Done. We're out of here. Gone. So yeah, Denitra, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Now, I know you're a survivor, don't know what kind you are. I normally speak to people and get their story from them themselves, and I haven't got the story from you. I just know that you're a survivor. So if it has anything to do with like what we're doing, girl, we're surviving. This is our month. This is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month as well. So the video that we're going to watch of this idiot that we did part 1 and 2 of is actually it's befitting for this month as well. But I am going to be celebrating us survivors all month long because that's what it is. I have 2 shows lined up to do. Like it's not interviews. You know what? As a matter of fact, yeah, one is an interview. I know y'all gonna be there because it was on a platform that y'all frequent. And I don't know what we're doing as far as the other one, but well, both of them. I'm pretty sure you guys will be there. But both of them. But I'm open to going to content creators platforms this month and having the conversation about breast cancer and surviving. The type of cancer I had was triple negative breast cancer. It's supposed to be the worst kind of cancer that you can ever get, and they call it a Latin and African American woman's cancer. So when I was diagnosed 17 plus years ago, they have really done no research on triple negative breast cancer. 2-time breast cancer survivor. Hey, my girl and sister, you're my sister in survivorhood. That's what we call. Hey. So yeah, they didn't really do any. They hadn't really done too much research on triple negative breast cancer. So it was just like I call my um battle with breast cancer. I think that, and a lot of people won't understand this, and I'm not trying to get people to understand it because it's probably not for them to understand. But I just feel like everything was aligned in the stars for me when I was diagnosed. I just needed to keep being the person who I was, and I was always a believer. I've always been a believer in God. So I already have that type of mindset where, hey, um, thank you, Angela. So I always have that mindset of, okay, I'm going through something, um, but I'm already healed. So I know I just need to get to the other side. But I can't do it with people crying, and I understand it's a cancer diagnosis. I didn't know what to expect either, but I can't. Call me back when you get it together. And people was calling me, was like, well, how the heck is you hanging up on people and telling people to call you back when they get it together? Because that's what I need them to do. I can't go there right now. I have a daughter that's 5 months old, and I have a son that's 13. So I have to tell my son that's 13, but my daughter that's 5 months, you know, she don't know what's going on, but I gotta take care of her. And and it was, I had a lot of support. So hopefully, people have their support systems, and a lot of support to me. I don't hang with a lot of people. So a lot of support to me was, my sister when she came down from Syracuse, my mother, my daughter's father would take her and, what his side of the family, and, to give me just some breathing, but breathing room to, breathe. On days of chemo, my mother would come and stay with me for 3 days because that's the worst of the days, for me. And then I would still be a little weak, but I would be able to attend to my daughter. So um, I'm grateful for that. I haven't had a cancer scare since then. I've had a whole bunch of other stuff going on. I'm just like, Lord, I don't know how much more you can put on the sister, but I believe we're gonna get through it. Lord, now I done finished with this chemotherapy. Lord, it's 2 weeks after, and I'm back in the hospital having emergency surgery. Lord, what's going on? I believe we're gonna get there, but the brighter side, on the looking at the other side of that, I'm in the hospital, got pneumonia from because I just had surgery 2 weeks prior. So now I'm in the emergency room for something, and they wind up having to do emergency surgery, and I'm just like, all right, now I wake up with pneumonia, with an IV coming out my neck and a tube coming out my nose, and I'm just like, well, what? I couldn't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. What are y'all doing? I can't breathe. Yeah, it was. It was. I'm like, I can't breathe. What are y'all doing? But when I look at it and I think about it, they were able to go ahead and clip, and my intestines was twisted. They were able to clip and repair them. So I'm like, I'm just thankful I'm not wearing a colostomy bag. And people look at me like, girl, what do you mean? I would take this pain. I was in the hospital for 11 days. So afterwards, I'll take that pain and I'll deal with that because I don't have to wear a colostomy bag. Yeah, I got to see the other side of, this thing here. You know what I'm saying? But it happened, and then some other things happening. Things keep happening. But I just keep going. That's all that I can do at this point, because cancer triggers a whole bunch of other stuff. And every time somebody say something, I'll be like, oh my goodness, yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah, that. So that's why I was so mad when TJ was on here saying that she had Graves' disease. I have to take medication for the rest of my life for that. So don't come on here saying that you have Graves' disease and you really don't. It's really Graves' disease. It's a thyroid, issue. You either have hyper or hypothyroidism. I had mine removed in 1999, but unfortunately, yeah, I have to take a pill every day every morning when I wake up before I eat or anything. So when I saw her in here around here, she couldn't say what it was. But what I will say is that what she said she went through could have happened. That's if you have the disease and you have medication and you're not taking it, you can get to that point. Or if your medication is not regulated, you can get to a point where you have issues with some of the things she was saying she had issues with. But I need her to say it from her own mouth. I don't need, if somebody's asking you and you saying, no, I had chemotherapy. I got Graves' disease. I had chemotherapy. Hey, Steph JK. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Jella, I didn't even see you. Um, Jella saw you first. So if you have if you have, like, Graves' disease, then you tell the story out your own mouth or be truthful about it. Because they're not going to jump just because you got Graves' disease and jump and give you no chemotherapy. That's exactly where I got off the train at. That's not true. They're not going to you're not going to have Graves' disease and they're going to just put you right on some chemotherapy. You got to have cancer of thyroid cancer or something to have chemo. They're not doing all that. I mean, it's a lot, but it just wasn't, and that just upset me so bad. I always tell people, anything that I go through, you can have it. I don't need it as a bragging right. You can have it. Like, anybody that wants to be sick, have it, because I don't consider myself to be sick. So that's just a brief overview. But we're going to be celebrating all this month for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we're not apologizing for it. I'm hoping to actually do some type of panel. Denitra, maybe you would be able to. Hey, Drea. Hello, welcome, welcome. Denitra, maybe, I mean, if you feel like it, we'll talk about it. Like, maybe we can do like a panel, of women just talking about, their experiences with, or men, because I like to educate. I definitely like to throw that out as a part of the education. Men can get breast cancer too. Please don't ever these men, like, if you have a husband, or you have another partner, he's a male, and he says, oh wow, my chest is bothering me, it keeps like Bob, have them go to the doctor to have that checked out, because men get breast cancer too. They just don't think that they do, but they do, and it's not a joke. Like I said, I have a family member who's male that has beaten breast cancer twice. And so I just want everybody to know, um, that that is a reality, and like to keep that in mind. So that's why when you look at my intro and my outro, that is actually me on that paper, on the cover. I am a retired, uh, I'm a retired paid published model. I've done almost everything, you guys. I know. But yeah, but that was after I had cancer. So I only wanted to do one runway show, but this girl told me that a certain company, well, they will never have you do a campaign with them. That's something that you can't tell me, because then I am going to be okay, Steph. Gotcha. I'm going to, don't tell me I can't do something, because I'm gonna do it. So that's just that, and it wound up being so many things. I wound up having so many great experiences, some not so great experience, but it builds character, right? And so that is me. I took uh, just a little portion of my modeling portfolio, and I turned it into animated art. So, like, when I'm not on the screen in the picture you see, that's me. That's me in those pictures. But I actually just put the blue and pink ribbons on. They represent tears, and they represent the fact that it's pink and blue because women can get breast cancer, but men do too. So that's where that came from. And so now, if you see me using anything that's animated, that's me. Um, I just decided to, yeah, do that way. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. Um, we can talk about some of the stuff I've done at some other time. I just think that God is awesome, and there's nothing that you can do if you put your mind to it. There is nothing that you can do. Whatever, it doesn't make a difference about whatever. Thank you so much, Drea. It doesn't make a difference about whatever what other people think about you, what other people say about you, and everything else. And so, I've had my channel for a long time, but I decided that I'm such a fan of, I'm just a true crime fanatic. So I'm like, well, let me make this channel to, I'm gonna start, doing content, and then I watched other things and over here. So now I don't know where they got me between true crime and am I between the sectors? I didn't even know nothing about the sectors, but I don't want to be. I just said that to say I don't got time. I don't have time to be beefing. I want to get with women where we can get together, and loyalty is a big thing for me. So it just takes a minute for me to like trust. But there was so much that I have in my mind that I want to share with other women. But I, just like I told you about my nephew, my cutoff game is strong. So I don't care, if you come over here, and I don't care who you watch outside of here. You know what? Everybody's grown. You have a right to go where you want to go. But when you come over here, I don't want to hear about all that other stuff that's going on, like on other people's channels with the drama and stuff like that. Like, I've been through so much in my life. God has brought me through so much in my life, and still bringing me through that I don't I'm in the sector. I enjoy it. I enjoy some of the stuff going on, but sometimes it just becomes too much. And another thing we don't do on this channel is we don't condone or ever allow Krishan rock slander over here. Let me take the rock off. I want to be respectful. She don't want, that's not the name God gave her. She just wanted to be Krishan now. Krishan, don't let me down, please. I just pray that I just pray that Lord, I I I I, I just pray that she's able to remain on the path that she's on, even when and excuse me, y'all, because I'm gonna say it, because this is what I call them, because I'm there, but I'm not there yet. I'm not perfect yet. I don't like bullies, and I do my own research to find out what's what, and that's just who I am. But I'm just not sold on everybody when it comes to blue feces. So we're gonna see what, that's my name for me. I'm sorry. We're gonna see what blue feces, what he, and I hope that he's not able to take her out of her element, that the element that she's in right now. Um, but I've watched YouTubers bully this girl baby, lie about her baby. It, if nothing is has been proven to anybody about her son's illness, and if he does have an illness, okay, that's still not our business. But she hasn't told any of us any of that. So I just don't understand how, like, uh, millions of people bully a baby. You got a problem with Krishan? Why are you mentioning her child? And everything y'all say that he can't do, he's doing it. So I'm very, if you guys ever get a chance, just listen to, hey, Katt Not Williams. Oh my goodness, I'm about to pass out. I'm about to fall out. I'm about to not I'm about to fall. I done missed it. I'm about to fall out. You ain't over here, Katt Not Williams. Y'all, this is Katt Not Williams. This is where I'll be hiding at. And this is where I'm hiding at most of the day, working, listening to the, if you want Remember, I was telling you guys the other day, if you wanted up to date coverage on YSL, I mean, this is your girl right here. Go on over there and follow Katt Williams. This is your girl right here. She has like she has it like going on over there. Like, I mean, everything down pat. Like, and she always um she explains things in layman terms so that you can understand. If for some things that you don't, she's not an attorney, but she got something going on, and she got something going on. Kat, you got something going on, because she's actually excellent at what she does, and I'm actually just like, wow, she's here over here. And I thank you so much for that, Katt Not Williams. She actually one of my favorites. um yeah, Drea, that's what I'm saying. I'm praying for her in this journey. And she's always been who she is. Her mother is on drugs. It's 12 of them, but their mother has instilled in all of them the love of God. So this is not something that she's playing with, and it's just something that she's just starting to do. People need to do their research. Krishan was an athlete. She was on the ultimate race at the age of 18. I mean, excuse me, 19, the youngest one to ever do it in the fastest time. She needed to beat 1 minute and 19 seconds. Her time on the ultimate race was 50 seconds. That's the part of you that they don't want you to know about her. And then also, she didn't move to LA to be with Blueface. She moved to LA with a scholarship, and she actually wanted to go to school for sports medicine. Pastor Jamal Bryant just did an excellent interview with her. So y'all can go over there and check that out. I think I shared it on my community wall. Y'all can go over there and check that out over there. And everybody is talking about she busted. Oh, she just. I saw this somewhere, and I'm just like, oh, the negativity is just, it's too much for me. Oh, now she just got out of jail, so now she's making church music. Oh, now she's making. So the song that she's singing on Pastor Jamal Bryant's channel, she actually made that song long before she went to jail. It was when she decided that she was going to take her hiatus, and she was just not going to be doing any more shows. She did that song. So there is a video. As a matter of fact, I shared it on my IG a while ago when she first made the song, because I'm like, we need you to put this out. But everything that they say about her, it's not the truth. You got to do your homework for yourself. Does she need some fine tuning? She definitely does, but she is definitely a people's person, and her personality is infectious, and people can't get enough, and that's just that. And that's who she is. She has a big forgiving heart. Let me get off of Krishan, because Lord knows, I can go on and on all day about her. I don't really do content about her over here on YouTube. I don't want to make money off her. And on Instagram, My Survivor Speaks Instagram. It's mostly, that's where I have her. I don't get paid for it though. I just like, I just want you guys, if you ever get a chance to listen to her song Rainy Days, listen to Rainy Days. And if you don't tear up, something's going on. I listened to Rainy Days one day. I had it on repeat, and I was in a fetal position crying for no reason. And I'm like, Lord, why am I crying? So she actually makes music with substance. So yeah, let's get into what we came here for. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to me go on and on and on. I'm going to just put this one thing up here. I am going to be celebrating. It's actually, I wasn't feeling too well. It's been for a minute, but I was really, really not feeling too well last week. There was another Katt Not Williams turned me on to this channel. I'm a little selfish. It's Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. This is called Classy Beats. He plays a lot of independent artist music, and the music is it's fire. It's a lot of fun over there. And like kind of helped me. I was really, really going through something, and being over there just in a positive um chat with a bunch of people that's just positive, and he's trying to uplift people, and just like to be there, and some music that you like just never heard or would never know about. It's a lot of fun over there too. So his name is Class E beats, and we call it Club Classy over there, but we definitely be it be like that. So I kind of like found some other places, but everybody know I don't know where my mod is though. She'll give it to you. My mod will give it to you. She ain't here yet, but she will give it to you. But just like whatever, whoever else, me and my mod Mel has a great relationship, and that's just based off of me getting to know her and getting to know who she was. All I was hearing was about, oh, she's okay. Survivor Speaks makes her own choices about who she likes. I don't like people based on other people's opinions. I draw my own opinion. You may not like them for whatever reason you don't like them for. That's you. That's something you got to deal with. That's not me. And if y'all had an issue, that's something y'all got to work out. Survivor Speaks, uplifting. No drama over here. No bullying over here. And please don't ever bully anyone in my chat. I will definitely just remove you. Katt Williams says, hey, Drea XO. And at Steph JK. Steph JK is Katt Not Williams's mod, but she is so dope. Katt Not Williams, you are lucky. I love me some Steph JK. She's so dope. And so we're gonna go on and go to this. So that's Steph J. Cat. Oh my gosh, Cat brought some friends over here, and I'm glad to see that. Thank you so much. She's on mobile, blue eyed, hillbilly. Hey, 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 KNW Raid. I know. Blue Eye Hillbilly. She be over at Club Classy, and her son is kind of dope now. He got some music out. It's kind of dope. I heard last night. I was over there. So, and Steph JK says this, and I don't know where my girl Mel is at, but let's get started and looking at this video. Universal Tea with Marie. Hey, how you doing? Everybody that's just coming through the sneaky link. Let me start this video that we came over here for. I really wanted to just have a party because it's the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But let's go ahead and get this Abulaban out the way. Let me just say hi to everybody that I haven't spoken to. It's the sneaky link. I haven't looked. We have not made a date, but I will be on the sneaky links panel. I will post it when we get it together. When we actually figure out the date, I will let you know. But I know it's going to be sometime soon coming up. So I'm doing an interview with her. We're having a sit down, a little powwow about breast cancer and whatever else she wants to ask me. I got to see them questions because are you sneaking you over here in this beef sector? Yeah, but I'm gonna be on Sneaky Link, Sneaky Link's channel. I'm doing something with her, Just Valencia. Oh, thank you so much. Somebody gifted. Who gifted memberships? I don't know. It's probably that. I'm guessing who is the culprit. Katt Not Williams. Thank you. Oh my gosh. You know what? Katt Not Williams, thank you so much for gifting those 10 memberships. If you got a membership from Katt, please say thank you. Drop some green hearts in the chat for Katt Not Williams. Check out her channel. She has some dope content over there. YSL, go over there and get your life. Thank you, Katt Not Williams. I appreciate you. Denitra, we said hi. Denitra is my sister in survivorhood, you guys. Everybody, show some love in the chat for Denitra. Um, who else we got here? This sneaky link. All right, I see you, just Valencia. Let me just do this before I start the video. I just wanted to let you know that this show is sponsored by Restream. I am using Restream. I had got tired of StreamYard. Restream, uh, they came along, and I gave them a shot. You see the graphics up there behind my picture. That is inside of the app. I will drop the Restream link, my Restream link, in the description once the live is over. Because Mel's not here to drop it in the channel for me yet. I haven't seen her yet. I know she has not been feeling well. Blue Eye Hillbilly, the K&W Rico crew. Yeah, we're here. So, as I stated, I'll drop that down. You can make a free account, or they do have the packages. Just have to let you know either way. If you make a free account, or if you make an account by selecting one of their packages. Your Girl Survivor Speaks gets a little commission, but is at no extra charge to you. So don't think about that. But on Restream, you can stream to 30 different platforms simultaneously. So normally I'm streaming here and on Facebook. Today I'm just streaming on YouTube right now because I am like I said, I'm just coming back. So it's like I'm starting from square one because I was not on here. Just to let you guys know, I was having some issues with walking. So, and it had went on for months. And then when it started, I needed to just disconnect altogether from social media. I have um, a young man that I advocate for, and he has osteosarcoma in his jaw. He is a junior in a at in college, but he's been going through cancer treatment um, for a minute. And when I shut down, this is something that I need to work on. I shut everybody out. My mother just cussed me out yesterday. She just yesterday she like okay, so I'm talking to your daughter, everybody around you, you're not. It's just something that I do and I shouldn't. And so even like, with him, I text his mother like, don't tell him that I was having some issues, but I had to disconnect from like everything. Um, you know, from my own mental health is real. It's definitely serious. And I mean, I look well, I am well, but I've been through a lot. But God has brought me through all of it. I'm never going to complain about the things that I've been through because God has brought me through all of it. And I am going to just share this because this is important for me and for the um, month of October. So that is my book that's on the screen there. That's a QR code. This is something else that Restream offers. So the name of my book is called Surviving Strong, Overcoming Triple Negative Breast Cancer with the Resilient Mindset. You can go ahead if you're interested. You want to support your girl, just scan the QR code and yeah, it'll take you right over to the page where you can order the book and read about my story. I have a picture in there of my dog. She died from cancer. So that's something else that we just went through. But she was our baby, and she was a model. She's on Instagram. She still has her page. She's on TikTok. She has her page on TikTok. And I was going to take it down, but like she has fans, and they're like, no, don't do that. Thank you, someone. I see that one person did scan the book. I am grateful for that. And well, like when I get this stuff going again, this month I'm probably definitely going to do a book giveaway. So that's what I like to do. That is a good thing from that's here just to show you while we're here. This is my Amazon page. I'm not, you can hit that, you can scan the QR code, follow me on Amazon. And the intro and the outro, Denitra, is ever not Denitra, I'm Jella. It's on all platforms. Um and yeah, it's on Amazon too, all platforms. I've Yeah, his music is on, I think, like I didn't even know they had 24 social media platforms for music, but they do. And so you can find it there under Survivor Speaks featuring young YNG-Tye. So what you say, Steph JK, I am blue, but I can't. No, no, Steph JK, don't you? I don't want to. I don't even. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear that, girl. I don't want to hear that, girl. We know you. We good. We good. We good. So let's get into what we came here for. And this is about this crazy guy. This is Law and Crime. As I stated, we're going to do a little commentary to it. So don't strike my channel, but let's go and so we can get up out of here. Oh, I gotta press play though.
Ray first. Shot him in the head in an attempt to kill. You don't shoot people in the head unless you want to kill them. And in front of Anna. That was deliberate. He wanted her to see it.
All right, I'm sorry. Before I continue that, just give me 1 minute because my girl is here. Mel After Dark. Mel, drop your link in the chat. Blue Eye Hillbilly. That's why Jesus says, "Take up your cross." He is with us in our suffering, as we are with Him. Yes, amen to that. No problem, Mel. I already told you. Mel, my mod Mel has a channel. Mel, drop your channel in the chat. We have the K&W, some of the K&W crew over here, Katt Not Williams. And that's why I told you can go and get your what do you call that? Oh my goodness, your YSL fix. Katt Not Williams. She's in the chat, so she's here. And my girl Mel. I know you wasn't feeling well, Mel. So that's what I said. Your son did what? Don't do him like that, Mel. I thought you was just not feeling good. Katt Williams says, "Hey Mel, that's Katt Not Williams right there." I don't have her link with me, but I wish I did. Mel, if you can find it and drop it in the chat too. She's awesome. She donated 10 memberships over here. So yeah, that's how that goes. That's how it is. She supports who supports her. And this is my Mel that I was telling y'all about. I don't care what nobody got to say about Mel. That's my Mel. I got to know Mel for myself. And regardless as to what goes on with Mel or anybody else, me and Mel is me and Mel. So there goes Mel. We're going to be doing something too on Mel's. I'm going to be doing something for Breast Cancer Awareness Month on Mel Show. I don't know what it is yet. We have not discussed it yet, but that's another channel that I will be on. Anybody else that wants me to be on a panel, you can send me an email to Survivor Speaks, the number 2 and the letter U at gmail.com. If you want me to, join your platform, and that's something that we can work out, as long as there's no negativity, I am willing to, come and talk about breast cancer on your panel. So I just wanted to let all of you guys know that, and that my mod Mel is here. I have 2 other mods, but yeah, Mel is here whenever I'm here. The other 2, one of the other ones, she may be in the chat, but she's not going to say anything in the chat. She may. I don't think she's here though. But yeah, so let's get back to this guy here. so we won't be there this long, and I might skip through some of this depending.
Very cool. He took photos immediately afterwards. Who does that?
A former TikTok star finally faces his fate after being convicted of gunning down his estranged wife and her friend, execution style.
That moment was an unction against my better judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry.
Ali Abulaban, who was known online by the username Jinn, was convicted in May of this year on 2 counts of first-degree murder for the 2021 shooting deaths of his estranged wife Anna and her friend Rayburn Barron. While his prosecutors, his persona was the complete opposite of who he really is, as they say Abulaban was a jealous, controlling, and abusive husband.
Your little girlfriends wish they had a guy like me. They wish they had a guy like me. They don't even have fathers for their kids. Even Julia said, "You're such a good fucking person to my daughter." I am fucking the best man you ever met. You're the dumbest I ever devoted my life to. You are the dumbest. I wish we never had a kid together because of how fucking stupid you are. You put Julia and her kid before our own daughter. You put Claire. You put everybody. You put that tranny before our own daughter. You put her before your husband. You are so. You are so dumb. You're choosing sides with people who don't get super about you because they will not be there for you. Enjoy your little ball boyfriend. Enjoy your little JB. Enjoy your little exes. Oh. You're my woman. I brought you this stuff. You should be sucking my kissing my feet. Ungrateful.
At the time of the murders, Ali and Anna were separated. Ali was living in a hotel about 15 minutes away from his once shared luxury high-rise apartment with Anna. And according to prosecutors, he became so jealous and paranoid about Anna that he installed a listening app on their daughter's iPad in hopes to catch Anna with another man. Ali testified during his trial and admitted once he heard through the listening device that Anna and Ray were together in her apartment, it sent him into a rage. So he sped over to the apartment, firing off 6 separate shots into Anna and Ray's heads.
My gun was in my hand, and next thing I'm shooting, and I can't stop. I'm just shooting. I'm shooting.
And Ray's loved ones cheering after he was convicted.
We, the jury in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Ali Nasser Abulaban, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
Fast forward to September when Abulaban faced sentencing, his defense attorney tried to motion for a new trial.
This was something that we had addressed with the court and counsel during trial as it happened right during, Mr. Abulaban's testimony. The court at that time asked us to return the following day with a transcript from Mr. Brian Edwards' phone calls to his family members, which was the subject of the questionable conduct by the prosecutor that we believe rises to the level of prosecutorial misconduct.
When the state argued their position on the case, Abulaban swore at the prosecutor, prompting the judge to step in.
The defendant, his response was certainly showing consciousness of guilt. When I asked him, did you ever brag to Mr. Edwards? His response should have just been no. If he really never had a conversation with Brian Edwards or any inmate in jail about the killings, his response would have just been no. That was not his response. He had an outburst. He told me, is this some kind of jail informant that you're asking me about? That shows his guilt in the fact that he knows he made these statements to inmates in jail. And so it's perfectly reasonable for me to ask those questions.
All right, let me make something clear right now. If there's any disturbance, you will be put outside, all right? That happens only once. It's happened now. It will not happen again. And that includes you, Mr. Abulaban. I don't want... Thank you.
The judge would ultimately deny the defense's motion for a new trial. So next were victim impact statements. Abulaban's former sister-in-law was up first. While visibly emotional, as she was about to read her statement before the court, she got into a screaming match with him as she faced her sister's killer.
Loving, sweet, young woman whose absence has left a hole in my heart that can never be filled. This man has taken her life and also shattered the hearts and lives of so many loved Anna Marie. Anna Marie was not only my sister but also one of my best friends. Our childhood was filled with laughter, love, and countless moments of joy. My favorite memories with my sister were of us growing up together. Her beautiful smile and laughter always made us happy. As we grew up, I can remember so many fun times when our family would get together because her presence was, I can remember so fun times when her family would get together because our presence was always so uplifting. She always thought of others first before she would take care of herself. She was always very uplifting to those around her. She had such a gentle spirit, kind, and could easily find joy in the simplest of things. She brought joy and happiness to all those around her. And until now, I still have a hard time knowing my sister is gone. No more calls, birthdays, Christmas. My sister was the most loving, patient, gentle, and forgiving person. And this person took her away from us. He was the one who was supposed to protect his wife and the child, but instead, he made them scared and even terrified of him. Throughout the trial, he pretended to be surprised that Anna Marie wanted to leave him. As you can see, my sister tried so hard to forgive him and having so
just really quick, Blue-Eyed Hillbilly. So he was already here. His wife came from Hawaii. His belief system has a lot to do with what he did. He even slapped his mother, but he's refusing to admit to it, and he will only admit to shoving her. But it definitely has to do with his belief system. And even if you go on some of the pages, I want to say it's the Channel 8 San Diego, and look at some of the comments that are left underneath this video and his videos. It's pretty disturbing. Some of the men that have the same belief system as he does, I didn't see any women. I don't, discriminate, but some of the men that have the same belief system that he has they are in the comments praising him. And I even saw a comment where it said Anna got what she deserved for, cheating on her husband. I mean, it broke my heart to even read those comments, and I'm not sure how if they go back and look on those type of channels and remove that type of stuff. Or I know they have mods, but it was still up there. So it has a lot to do. He's from here, but it definitely has a lot to do with his system belief and where he believes and where he comes from and how he was raised. But he actually slapped his mother for cheating on his father. But he, like I said, he won't admit to that. He only will admit that he shoved her. That's still crazy. I would never think about shoving my mother. Like, are you serious? So I just wanted to say that because I saw that you had the comment of Blue-Eyed Hillbilly, but it definitely has a lot to do with his belief system.
many chances and call. She did not even tell me about the abuse just to protect him. But he took advantage of her and kept abusing her anyways. But he lived at our families when he lived at the family house, and also on the phone. He talked like an angel and promised he would never hurt my sister. And Ali, if I had known what my sister had been through with all that abuse, if I had known, I would have flown again to see her and do my best to take her in the mirror away from you.
She said every family gathering feels empty without Anna, and the trauma of losing her sister is something they'll carry forever.
For the highest crime, will be held accountable. We hope that through this statement, you can understand the depth of our loss and lasting impact it has had on our lives. For me, the death penalty is what this man deserved. He has no more place on this earth, but I would agree with what my parents say, a life sentence without parole. Thank you for allowing our family to have a voice and for considering the profound impact this loss has had on our family.
Rayburn Barron's sister also gave an emotional victim impact statement. In front of the judge and visibly shaking, she explained her brother didn't deserve to leave the earth in such a horrific manner.
He had a beautiful soul, and this is why I know he is resting in peace. But losing him has left me feeling empty and a lot of emotional damage. I lost my baby brother and my best friend. The way he had to leave this earth is not something that he deserved. He always wanted to be a father and have a family and live a happy life. And all of that was robbed from him. What the defendant has done with this horrible crime has destroyed our family. Our holidays will never be the same. because we are missing a big part of it. This grief and sadness will never be the same because we are missing a big part of it. Okay. Because we are never going to be able to hug our brother on Christmas, on New Year's, or on his birthday. I know how much he loved being with all of his family on all holidays. He never missed a family gathering. So I'm here today to ask for justice for my brother Ray, for Anna, and for my mom, who has to suffer the rest of her life knowing that her youngest son and her baby was taken from her in such a violent way. And that is something that no mother should ever have to go through. The defendant deserves to pay for this horrible crime with the highest sentence possible. He has destroyed many lives, and victims deserve justice.
Rayburn's other sister also revealed their family struggles with knowing how gruesomely he was taken away from them.
It has been almost 3 years since our loved ones were taken away from us, and we have not been able to have closure waiting for this trial. Just when we feel it's possible to move on and have peace of mind after the verdict, we hear about the intentions of the defendant to ask for even more time in a new trial. Abulaban not only took the lives of 2 good people, but he also took part of everyone's life that knew Ray and Anna. He did not give Ray or Anna any time to defend themselves or a chance. He does not deserve any more consideration or compassion. That's why we ask with all our hearts that you consider our pain and suffering and deny any further requests from him. Please give us all the justice we deserve so we can finally start healing and find peace in our hearts. Thank you, Ms. Remorse.
The final victim impact statement came from Anna's father, who appeared virtually. During his statement, he blatantly said he wanted Abulaban to rot in prison.
I would love to see a sentence of life in prison without parole. This is what this guy needs. I don't consider him a man. A man would not do this. But I hope he gets life in prison without parole. I want him to rot in prison for what he's done to my daughter. She was a beautiful, loving woman. She done everything for everybody else, always putting herself flat.
The state argued Abulaban should be sentenced to consecutive life sentences.
This crime involved great violence, involved death, involved the use of a firearm, involved 2 vulnerable victims who were unarmed. The defendant took advantage of a position of trust, using a key card to enter an apartment he no longer was living in. These were planned crimes, planned executions, not heat of passion crimes. And the defendant has shown that he has exhibited violent conduct, proving he's a danger to society. So for all the aggravating factors here, I would ask the court not only not to strike any enhancements, but to give the defendant a sentence of consecutive LWOP terms.
Under the law, Abulaban will have no choice but to be sentenced to life without parole. But the defense argued his double life sentences should run concurrently.
I would also ask the court to strike the punishment on the 12-022.53D. I don't think that there's any justification for imposing an additional 25 to life on each count, given that Mr. Abulaban, based on what is the anticipated sentence, will spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. And we are asking the court to make this tough decision, but the just decision and the right decision in sentencing Mr. Abulaban. Thank you.
The judge then gave Ali Abulaban the chance to give his own statement, as he claimed to be sorry for what he did and apologized to Anna in
Good morning, everyone. In a situation like this, there really isn't much a person can say that can help make things better. Losing a loved one to senseless and unnecessary violence isn't something that anyone should have to go through. And yet, it has happened. And here I am being the reason why multiple families have had to experience it. I can't say that I'm proud of that. Throughout this trial, many horrific things were displayed. And as we sat here for weeks having to endure some of the most disturbing audio recordings and video footage, I sat there in silence, listening, watching, and being reminded of the worst moments of my life. Having to hear myself say some of the most vile, shocking, and hateful things to the woman I love was not easy. In fact, I couldn't help but at times close my eyes and cover my ears, because that's not who I am. My behavior was disgusting and completely unacceptable. So when the time came for me to take the stand, I tried as best as I could to help make some sense of all this. To explain that everything you all saw in the last few months leading up to this incident was a horrific result of the tragic downfall to a once beautiful relationship. But even so, in those 3 days that I took the stand, I was able to share and say a lot of things, except the one thing I wanted to say the most. I am so incredibly sorry to each and every one of you who have been affected by this. I cannot imagine the pain that I've caused your families. I saw the look on all your faces and the tears in your eyes, and I hate that I'm the reason for it.
He then blamed his drug addiction for his state of mind, leading up to Anna and Rayburn's gruesome murders.
On that day of October 21st, 2021, I was in the worst physical and mental state of my life. I was sick, suffering from an untreated severe mental illness that was combined with a crippling drug addiction, which put me in a state of a drug-induced psychosis. My response in that moment was an unintended, impulsive reaction against my better judgment to the discovery of Ray's romantic involvement with my wife. And for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that in that moment I was not mentally strong enough to control myself. I'm sorry that my horrendous action that day resulted in the undeserved deaths of Rayburn Barone and Anna Marie Abulaban. My partner, my best friend, the mother of my daughter, and the love of my life. I am ashamed of what took place. I am devastated by the damage that I've caused to Anna's family, to Ray's family, and to my family. If I could undo all of this, I wouldn't hesitate. If I could go back to that day, I would have left for LA first thing in the morning as I had originally planned. I would have given Anna the space she wanted, and I would have used that time to focus on getting the proper help I so desperately needed. And I would get on my knees and beg Anna for forgiveness. Forgiveness for becoming distracted, for letting my anxiety and my insecurities affect my thoughts and my behavior towards Anna and towards her friends. Forgiveness for using cocaine as a remedy and becoming addicted because of it. For neglecting my responsibilities to you, Anna, as your husband, and my responsibilities as a father. And for allowing the drugs to turn me into a pathetic empty shell of the man that she fell in love with. Because of those factors, I lost myself. And because of those factors, I lost Anna. I am so deeply sorry to each and every one of you who have suffered for the last 3 years. To the Cardenas Barone family, to Ray's mother and father, I am so sorry for what I've done to your son. To Jordana and his siblings, I am so sorry for what I've done to your brother.
I just had to pause it 1 minute, y'all. You know what? He is a selfless, worthless, heartless narcissist. He's one of the biggest narcissists that I've seen in a long time. He is a poor excuse for a human being. Exactly what you said, Mel. He's a poor excuse for a human being. And I don't even like really, I'm a true crime buff. I am. But this guy here, because of the way he was brought up in his system belief, is the reason why he is the way he is. Now his mother, I didn't play the in the last two, part 1 and part 2, I did not play the mother's testimony, but if you get a chance, go and look at his mother's testimony. She said whatever she said. Of course she was upset. He called her right after he did it, and not only that, he sent her the pictures. He took pictures of it. But then they asked her a question, and it was almost at the end of her testimony. You're sugarcoating and trying to, like her testimony after she got out, what was truthful and what she could not deny. It was triggering to me because you are still, even at the end of her testimony, you're still trying to coddle this guy. Yeah, I'll just say that because I got to keep it PG and keep it. But he definitely is one of the most disgusting human beings, if you can call him that I have ever seen in my life. I didn't think I was going to meet somebody as in such a short period of time, which I didn't even really follow him. But I don't know if you guys follow Nature Boy. He's doing life in prison. I didn't think that I was going to ever meet anybody that I just thought was horrible. To me, like, but I've only seen this guy in a short span of time. I didn't follow him when he was viral on TikTok. I didn't follow him on Instagram. He was just not anybody that I follow, but he still has 187K followers on Instagram. And I do believe that he did take on the persona of Scarface. He does a great Scarface impersonation. He's all right, mediocre to me, though, but he does a very good, interesting impersonation of 6ix9ine. They're a little like, so 6ix9ine is now somewhere else where he at in Florida and Mexico committing crimes or whatever it is that he's doing. He needs to go to San Diego, go on ahead and you done told on the people you got off. You still committing crimes. Go ahead to San Diego, commit a crime, please, and so you could be put in the cell with this worthless piece of a narcissistic, evil human being that he is. I'm sorry, y'all. I try not to get here, but this guy is pissing me off. You done killed these people. Unalive these people. Mel, you got to keep me straight. I'm just coming back. I'll be forgetting what not to say on Instagram, on the YouTubes. But you went there with a purpose, and that was to unalive these two people. And now, because you want people to believe that what you did was in the heat of passion, so you were thinking because the heat of passion and because somebody said that something was going on with you mentally and you went and got a machine and all this other stuff that you didn't use, this idiot in his mind was hoping that he would be able to act or talk his way out of this and say, oh yeah, this was done in the heat of passion. Can't be done in the heat of passion when you rig the apartment with your daughter's tablet. So you were watching and listening to everything from wherever you were, 15 minutes away. So I had to stop it here because I wanted to kind of not hear him a little bit. I'm going to go right back into it. But how dare you apologize to these people after you took their children's lives from them? And how dare you apologize after you took your child's mother away from her, and now she doesn't even have an idiot of a father either. So how dare you get in this courtroom? And even and this judge, we need him on the YSL case. But when he said, "Can I turn and look at them?" I would have told him, "Absolutely not. Speak to me." That's the whole thing, that he wants to turn around and you want to look in these people's faces while you sitting there with this BS. Y'all just watch what he does after this, because this was everything he wrote and everything he said. Just like Judge Whitaker says, y'all the jury, just erase it from your mind when he's done. It's not, we're not going to be able to use it. And I don't know why DA Love helped him write this letter, but I think she did. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm a little crazy too, but yeah, I think DA Love helped him with this letter. But we can swap Judge Whitaker for this guy because he wasn't having it.
I really wish I could have gotten to know Ray the way that you all do, the way his friends did. And now, after seeing just how consistently you all showed up to this trial in support of him, I have no doubt in my mind that Ray was a good person. The world has truly suffered a great loss, and for that, I'm terribly sorry. I wish this never happened. To Anna Marie's family, whom I still love and consider to be my family, there's so much I want to say. To Anna's mother, Amalia, and to Ron, you trusted me to protect your daughter, and I failed you. I wish there was something more I could offer besides an apology. I wish there was a way for me to fix this. I'm so truly sorry for what I've done to Anna, her parents, her siblings, aunts, and her uncles. I feel terrible. Anna was the most beautiful woman I've ever met, and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Never to hurt her, to build her up, not to break her down. But I feel it. I am thankful, however, that Anna and I were able to have a child, a granddaughter for both of our families to rejoice with. It is my belief that the love and spirit that Anna radiated will continue on through her. To Amira, my beloved daughter. Amira, when you're old enough to see this, please don't blame yourself. None of this is your fault. Your mom loved you so much, and I love you so much. You are the strongest girl I have ever known, and I am so proud to be your father. I'm sorry for what my foolish actions have costed you, from what's been taken from you. I'm sorry that now you not only have to grow up without your mother, but now you have to grow up without your father too. I'm ashamed. But that is why I will strive each and every day to better myself, to seek rehabilitation, and to hopefully one day come back home to you. Because not being a part of your daily life tears me apart.
He wrapped up his statement by saying the jury got the case wrong, that it was actually a crime of passion and not a cold-blooded, premeditated murder.
To the Honorable Judge Frazier, I want to thank you for being extremely fair to me throughout this trial and for giving me the opportunity to defend myself. It is truly unfortunate that despite the compelling evidence that this was a crime of passion, somehow the jury still landed on this verdict, and they certainly wasted no time in doing so. The fact that I spent more time on the stand than the jury took to deliberate my fate is very concerning. In fact, the jury foreman himself told Fox 5 News reporters that a few of the jurors wanted to pick second degree, but were pressured not to by the rest of the jury. I think that speaks for itself, loud and clear, that reasonable doubt was intentionally overlooked, and that justice was not the motivating factor behind the decision. It was vengeance. And now I am left with no other option but to spend the rest of my life in prison, death by incarceration, a very slow and drawn-out death sentence. That means that 50 years from now, should I still be alive, I would be released. I don't think that's fair at all. Especially after it has been made clear that drugs and alcohol were involved. And add that to the, along with infidelity and mental illness, and you've got a recipe for disaster. One that anyone could fall into. It's happened to me and I still can't believe it. Being sent to prison without the hope of ever getting out honestly feels like I'm being sent to hell. And that's terrifying. And I don't think that's right either. Personally, I believe everyone should have the ability to parole because everyone has the ability to change. But nonetheless, even still, it is my goal to serve my time with the utmost outstanding conduct and to participate in every rehabilitative program while being a positive role model to other prisoners. And I will do all this to the best of my ability with the goal of one day safely transitioning back into society. And finally, to everyone else, I extend my deepest apology from the bottom of my heart. I'm sorry. I wish you all peace, healing, love, and abundant joy in your future. I will continue to pray that I may earn your forgiveness. Thank you.
All right.
When it came time for the judge to hand down his decision, he made it clear, even if Abulaban had the opportunity for probation, the judge wouldn't grant it.
The jury heard all of the evidence. The jury evaluated all of the evidence. The jury came back with a first-degree verdict, which was the correct verdict. It was a verdict that, when you look at the totality of all that happened during this particular crime, it's the only verdict a reasonable person could come up with. And considering all the evidence, and I'll just hit a few high points that I think, honestly, the jury was looking at. The defendant's text message to his cousin about killing. Defendant's controlling, demeaning behavior. When he said just a few minutes ago, he wants us to know who he is, that's who he is. It's very clear from the videos. His driving over to the apartment with a loaded gun. The fact that the victims were helpless, completely taken by surprise. The planning of a listening device. Firing within seconds of entering the apartment. Clearly showing an intent to kill, not heat of passion. Willful, deliberate, premeditated, cold-blooded murder. And something that is hard to explain, Ray was not involved in their problems at all. But he shot Ray first. Shot him in the head in an attempt to kill. You don't shoot people in the head unless you want to kill them. And in front of Anna. That was deliberate. He wanted her to see it. Very cruel. He took photos immediately afterwards. Who does that? He calls his mother. He had 3 days on the stand to explain his actions. He explained them. And the jurors came up again with the only reasonable verdict, which is a first-degree verdict. They also found, because there was 2 deaths, that this was multiple murder under Penal Code Section 190.2A3. The next thing this court has to consider is the gun enhancements. In the state of California, the legislature has, both slowly and quickly, change certain enhancements. And the court is obligated to look at reducing certain enhancements, including those that require or have a 20-plus year addition to the sentence. And again, I look at both mitigating and aggravating factors. Of course, it goes without saying this crime involved great violence, it involved a firearm, it involved vulnerable victims who, again, had no time to react, no time to defend themselves. It involved planning. I don't think you could say it was sophistication or professionalism, but it certainly involved planning. When you load a gun, arm yourself with a gun, drive 10 or 15 minutes to an apartment complex, as we saw on video, his demeanor going up the elevator, his demeanor going down the elevator, that showed planning. And obviously he took advantage of a position of trust. There's clearly that she didn't know he had a key, but he took advantage of that.
The judge didn't hold back in saying Abulaban's performance on the stand during his trial was essentially that, a performance, before then handing down his fate.
I've watched him here during all of this time. He is a very talented actor. When I saw the Scarface videos, it's as if when he committed these crimes, he became that persona of Scarface. Just the cold-blooded killing without remorse. Any tears that he's cried in this courtroom have been for himself. They are not for Ray and Anna. It's just, that's the reality. He fears the consequences, as he should, of his actions. But as he sits here today, I don't know if he's really sorry. I have serious reservations about it. I know he's sorry about the consequences of going to prison for the rest of his life. But I can't say that I think he's sorry for having killed these two innocent human beings. He's a very selfish person, as I think the jury saw. That was something that his character kind of came through, and we asked, who is Ali Abulaban? That's who he is. He's somebody that is only thinking about himself, and the idea of killing two innocent people doesn't disturb him. It's chilling. So the bottom line here is possibility of probation via Penal Code Section 1190.2, Parent A, Parent 3. Consecutive to that will be 25 years to life on the gun enhancement under Penal Code Section 12022.53D. Consecutive to count 1 will be count 2, which will be life without the possibility of parole. Penal Code Section 190.2, Parent A3. Consecutive to that will be the gun enhancement of 25 to life under Penal Code Section 12023D. Total prison term, 50 years to life plus a law. Life without the possibility of parole.
In addition to life without parole sentence, Ali Abulaban was also ordered to pay a tuition of more than $10,000. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Elizabeth Milner.
All right. And there we have it. Ali Abulaban. Hold on one second.
Where's the audio recording?
You hit up Prince William Kilby. It's just the internet. Relax.
Yeah, there's no
I'm
recording.
sorry,
It's like recording, right?
There's a body worn camera. She was a female officer.
All right, you told us today you accurate, right?
I wanted to rely.
Hold on, y'all. Excuse me. Thank you for being patient with me. So yeah, that was I thought Law and Crime had did a great thing with the video, so I decided to just use their video and do some commentary on it so that they won't strike the channel. But as I stated when you all got here, and Blue Eye Hillbilly, agree with everything that you're saying. Jesus paid it all. It's just that when I try to tell the bill collectors that when they calling me, they don't want to hear it. But I'm a believer. That's how I got through most of the things that I've been through. It's just hard, for you to remain in that space when when something is hurting you so bad. But everybody deserves forgiveness. So yeah, and he sure did die for us, and I'm a true believer of that. But this God, Yeah, it's hard for you to, to try to remain upright, try to get to the, I'm trying to get into the pearly gates. He made, but somebody like him, they make it kind of hard or whatever. But, and what bothered me about him is you saw his real, true colors. The judge got it right. The people that was here on day one and day two, when everyone was asking, why is the judge just letting him go on and on and on? I believe that this judge did what he did because he was letting him hang himself, so that he didn't really have to really do too much about the he didn't really have to do too much about the thinking about the sentence or whatever, because like, yeah, you just like he said in his supposedly statement to the witnesses, and then he wants to say like he doesn't think it's right that they should put him in jail because going to jail is like being in he double hockey sticks. Sir, you still breathe. You can still see your parents through a glass, and probably when he gets to where he's going to be permanently residing, because he didn't get the DP, he's going to be able to see his family. Unfortunately, his child, their families, and everybody else to have to continue to go on and live with this, and just what his other family members have to go through. Even though, like I said, his mother was on the stand, and she did what she had to do by saying what happened, but she coddled him at the end. I feel horrible. I feel bad for his mother. His mother didn't tell him to go over there and do that. His mother was actually trying to get them to separate and go their separate ways. With this guy, he played on this girl's emotions so bad. It's really, really sad. Like I said, if you get a chance and you get to see the show that they did on Oxygen about him, they actually break it all the way down, and they even show you how he was like right on TikTok doing drugs, doing schneen, right, like right on TikTok, and they're like, you hear Ann in the back, like, what are you doing? Like, you're on social media. What are you doing? So God, he did, died for all of him, for all of us. Like, I go and I attack everything with a mindset of, whatever I'm going through, a feeling, or if something is bothering me, I always know that there's somebody that's always worse off than me. But for me, myself, the approach that I take is that I already know that I am healed. By Jesus' stripes, I'm healed. I just have to go through the motions. And so I actually been on here like a long time. Don't really want to keep you too long, but so I have a couple of like, I don't want to call them interviews. I want to say like it's education about breast cancer and what, I know about breast cancer, what I learned. And I do have a story I think that is really, really unique, and I'd say never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a book by its color, its cover. I love all people, all races, all types of music, everything. And I go based on off of energy, and I'm loyal to a fault. And so as soon as I see like a little bit of unloyalty, like peeping in, I won't deal with you. And so I make friendships and stuff based on that. But the woman, my breast surgeon, Dr. Michelle O'Shea, when I walked into, because you see the breast surgeon first. So when I walked into her office, she had her hair in a bob. And it was just like she took the scissors and just was like, well, I don't feel like playing a hairdresser today. I'm just going to just cut this off. And I'm sitting there like, well, who they sent me to this whack job? Just a whack job. Like, judging a book by its cover. Not ashamed, or, to say that I, that's what happened, at that time. It was what I was thinking, and that's what happened. Tell you this brief story, then we're going to get on out of here. Dr. Michelle O'Shea told me everything about breast cancer, that I believe that if I had another breast surgeon, I wouldn't have got the information that I got. Dr. Michelle O'Shea did, got what she needed for me to send out to do, to see if I had, cancer, if, from what they saw. She called me. You have triple negative breast cancer. At the time, I'm like, okay. My supervisor's name was Vanessa. Vanessa's here, I already gave you the permission to talk to her about whatever's going on. I'm going to just step off the floor because I'm on the floor with a bunch of people. I'm going to just step off the floor. And I went to my co-worker's office. She was in the office. And I told her and leaned on her shoulder, well, it's October 1st. She has not missed 1 year. Every single year, my doorbell rings and she sends me something for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Every year. She's never missed. My supervisor was with me because she was a nurse. So she came with me to my first doctor's appointment. I lost her to breast cancer. That was one of the most difficult times in my life. Mental health is real, but for me, if you see me on Plug, you don't see me posting. I could be dealing with something, but if I have not learned one thing, I've learned to mentally unplug. And I also believe in therapy. I lost my dad. My therapist was a little old Caucasian man. And I just used to tell him, and he would tell me, like, well, like stuff that I would never even have thought of. And I do believe in it. And in that. And so God places people in your lives. I'm telling you, Steph J.K., that statement is one of the truest statements that I believe. That's something I believe in. And God places people in your life for a season and a reason. I do believe in that too. Also, I got it backwards: a reason and a season. So Steph J.K. says some people think God doesn't love us when we get an illness or something like that, but He places people and tools in our life to help us through it. Steph J.K., I want you to get out my head, okay? Get out my head. So this is Mr. Don GQ, y'all. This is Mr. I've never been here. This is Mr. Yeah, he's never been here. And Mr. Don GQ, I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me 1 second. I'm tired of coming to your rooms over there, and I can't get you, sir. I responded to your message you left me over there, sir. I have to open up something really soon, sir, and get out to get out to the public. So I'm gonna see if I can see you on the any other spot over there. Since you've never been here, I'm gonna come over there and come in your room and see if you're there. We need to talk, sir. I need your help with something, sir. So I know you're not here and you got the dot there, but you're here. You might be gone already, but I'm as soon as I get off here, I'm gonna come over there to your room because I need to put something together and get it out to the people. Thank you, Mr. Don GQ. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can go follow Don GQ over there. I'm telling you, when you step in there, it's like you're in a different we're in 2035 or something. It's like something that's coming up. That's him. He's way light speeds ahead of us. And he will show up. You got me. Okay, I want to see if you're gonna be in your room, Mr. Don GQ. Y'all witnessing this, right? So Mr. Don GQ, y'all can go follow him over there. You going on his page and you're just like, well, what did I just step into? He's very talented with things, and he's very, like, in the future, he's like Katt Not Williams, you and Don G, you with the marketing thing, and yeah. But anyway, so I say to Steph JK, to get out my head, let me go back to her, because I was saying some things I just wanted to say that so you guys can move on to the net. There's this great book by Marva J. Dorn called Being Well When We're Ill, Wholeness and Hope in the Spite of Infirmity. Highly recommended. Thank you, Drea. I am going to if it's on Audible, I'll be my husband is off today. My husband is home today. He's off today, so yeah. I probably will be because he works at night, so but anywho, so Steph JK, when I was saying get out of my head, you're in my head with this one. So Dr. O'Shea, when I tell you, she told me everything that was supposed to be given to a cancer patient in the state of New Jersey. She said, don't let them give you don't accept that prosthetic boob. That prosthetic boob is $800. But you have other options that probably will be more, you probably will be more suitable for you, right? And when I tell you, I just was like, are you kidding me? I had no idea about insurance and the laws in breast cancer thing. It was all new to me. I just know that I was healed. I just needed to go through the motions. And so I do have I had them to route some of my stomach into up to my boobs, right? This where y'all gonna find out that I like to laugh through everything. So my plastic surgeon is done by a plastic surgeon. My plastic surgeon, he comes in there and he's like, okay, so this is what's going to happen. You need to go do this, this, and that. And I said, well, let me show you, doctor. Can you just carve all of this out? I just want all of this carved out right here on the side. Just make sure you get the love handles and put that. He's like, no, they're not paying for that. They're only going to pay to remove what's in the front of your stomach and put it up. They're not paying for all that. You're going to have love handles when it's all over. And we sitting there and we laughing and everything like that. And he's the #1 surgeon in New Jersey. They saw cancer around my heart. I was sent to the #1 heart doctor in America. The #1 heart doctor in America works at a hospital in Newark, New Jersey. And he goes all over the place. And he's this little guy. He looks like Einstein, hair missing in the middle. And he got a lot of hair around the sides. And he's just talking to me on his phone, dictating at the time. And I'm like, all right, so I done met Dr. O'Shea. I better not look at him, because don't judge a book by its cover. But he was the #1 doctor. That was all a lie, or whatever. But when I tell you, she had me set up so well, I did not have to ask questions really too much of the insurance But the way she explained to me about my breast cancer diagnosis, her practice shut down at 6 o'clock. The building actually shut down at 6. The whole building where she was at the time. She made my appointment for 6:30. I get there, nobody there but the security guard. The building is black. I'm like, this doctor told me to come here, and he's like, no, Dr. O'Shea, she's upstairs. You can go up to the office. And she said, well, I didn't want anybody to come and ask me any questions. I didn't want nobody running in and out saying, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. What is this? Are we doing this? I need you to understand. I still have those drawings from where she broke everything down and made it where I could understand. So when I say never judge a book by its cover, so then she closed down her practice. She used to be in Short Hills, New Jersey. Now she had small children, so she wanted to be closer to her children. So now she's in Ewing, New Jersey. So whenever I do go see, I will drive to Ewing, New Jersey to see my breast surgeon. I don't really have to see her too often. But if I do, that's where I'm going. So that's why I said never judge a book by its cover, because you just never know. That woman, she will forever be in my heart. She will be forever be in my heart, because she taught me things that were invaluable. And so maybe I'll just share some of that, save some of that for, I have to see what type of questions. I told you guys I'm going to be on Sneaky Links panel, and then we're doing something on Melanie Jones. Said so. So I don't know what we're doing yet. But like I said, if you make content and you want to have the conversation with me, just send me an email and we can set something up. We can have the conversation, because I've learned so much from the people that God placed in my life at the time that I was going through one of the darkest periods of my time. And Steph JK, you always, I'll be laughing at you, because Steph JK is a sweetheart. She be everywhere, but she be over there in Club Classy. Like, when is God going to send me a man? Steph JK, I'm telling you, when you least expect it. But what I will be able to tell you also, be ready for it. You have to be open for it, because you can miss. I almost missed my husband. Save that story for another day. And it wasn't because of him, it was because of me. Because sometimes we're asking for something and we're praying for something, and we're waiting for something, and it's like, all right, and you think it's going to come in a way where everything happens like normally. It doesn't happen like that. And so unexpectedly, God has sent me my guy, and I almost missed it. Almost missed it. But you guys, I want to thank you all for being here with me, sharing this first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month with me. Let's get out here and save some lives, change some lives. You will never believe how many people don't know and are not willing. And then I also said that I was going to tell you in this live as well. Every year I celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month differently. I suffer from something that's called, and I don't even know if it's a thing, but it sounds like it's a thing, because this is something that came to me. I suffer from something called survivor's remorse, and I've lost a lot of people to cancer, breast cancer, that were close to me. And so some years I don't feel like dealing with people at all. I don't talk to people. I just completely shut down. If you guys get a chance on YouTube, on a YouTube music channel, pull up Kelly Downing. Let me put it in the chat and put it on the screen for you guys. Kelly Downing is her name. Oh, Drea, you're from the UK. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here as well. So Kelly Downing, you guys can go to the music channel on YouTube. You pull her up. Is one album that's going to come up. She put out a gospel album. She made a gospel album. I was part of her team. I'm so proud for that. Proud of that. She made a gospel album. It's on YouTube. I don't know why they don't have it on other streaming platforms or whatever. I don't know if I want to even I'm not in contact with the guy that managed her, so I'll just say that it's not, we don't have any beef or anything. I just met him through her. So type in Kelly Downing. She has a gospel album on YouTube. You can listen to it from front to back. She has something on there for everybody. She has club music. Every day with Jesus. When I tell you, get your life. She passed away. She was my supervisor first, and then we were in some gospel plays together. She directed a gospel play that I was in. And you know what the crazy thing is? The first gospel play we did was called Underneath It, not Underneath It All. That was the last one. Yet Will I Trust Him. She played the lead character in Yet Will I Trust Him. And the character that she played, the way the character passed away and everything else like that is exactly what happened to her in real life. When I tell you, it's crazy. So I lost her. So it was a thing where I have survivors remorse, and so some years I shut down. People that are close to me, they'll know, or they'll see. Some people just know just to let me be, because it's just that I'm just not going to respond. I'm working on that though, because that's not the right way to be. But I just feel like with everything, when things happen to me, like I was always so strong and, trying to get through things myself. And, it was my husband that showed me like, all right, I'm here. I'm a husband for real. This is not for play. All right. I don't, and that's just the thing. Like we kind of mirror each other. He is the male version of me. And so, yeah. So I just wanted to, show some of my story. Like I said, you hit me up if you want me to come on, like have the conversation about breast cancer, especially as it relates to men. I really want them to really realize that, it's not a thing. We all know you macho. We all know that you are tough and rough and, bikes and all that stuff and riding off. We all know that. But, it can happen. And early detection is the best protection. And I always tell people that I actually advocate for people like privately. I don't announce it unless that's something that we discuss. But a lot of people reach out to me privately. And sometimes it does become a lot. So I have to shut myself down because sometimes it gets overwhelming to me. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm very transparent, especially when it comes to breast cancer. In my situation, a lot of people don't like to share that stuff. I do. I believe that it's, education. And because I share information publicly and I don't care, because people need to know. I had somebody reach out to me and was like, I made a decision. And if it wasn't for you telling me about something that you went through and the decision that you made, I would have never done that. So I did something that's called preventative care. So I had cancer in my left breast. They had to remove it. It was because the tumor was huge and I had it in a different spot. But the right one was fine. But I had stuff to do. I was like, listen, I got stuff to do. How about you just take them both off? I just did my research, and even my breast surgeon was like, oh, no, we don't have to go to the extreme. Do you think we can go to the extreme? You know, and we can go to the extreme, remove it. I get new ones. That's what you said, right? So let's do that one. She was like, oh my goodness. I realized it, it's just crazy. And I just was laugh with my doctors. I'd be in there saying anything. I go to the chemo room, and at first, before I stopped wearing the wig, before I took it off like permanently when I was going through cancer, I would take my wig off and just have a tantrum. My aunt would be like, well, I just parked the car and came in. What happened? When you got out the car, you had on here. Then why aren't you sitting in the middle of this room with this wig in your hair? So I'm down the tantrum because they told me that I can't get my chemo treatment today, and I need to be back to work at this time. Look at me, and then I couldn't eat in the morning, so my breakfast was this healing tape by Bishop Donald Hilliard would be my breakfast every day, and I would be meditating with. And but the Lord said, who told you when you was going to be done, man? Okay, God, I got it. I'm gonna just go on ahead and sit on down over here, because all right, I'm not going to be back to work that time. He said, no, not play with it. I said, you healed, ma'am. But I didn't foresee you having tantrums over there in the chemo room. So yeah, it was just, I was a lot, y'all. It was, I had a time going through my bout with cancer, just saying all types of crazy stuff. The plastic surgeon, he thinks I'm absolutely crazy. So he was telling me, when we redo whatever. So I actually have an implant over my, after the swelling and stuff went down, when he moved the stomach up, the front of my stomach. Now, if he would have took the sides like I told him, we probably would have been all right. But insurance would pay for that. So after he took the stomach, whatever was from here, I looked like a little boy when the swelling went down. It wasn't enough. So, I got an implant on top. And so, but he was like, well, nothing was really wrong with the right side. So I can mirror your, the woman's, I don't know how to say that on YouTube without getting, we got the areola, and then we got the other one, the nips. I could say the nips. They don't know what I'm talking about. The nips. I said, oh, I get new ones. I didn't never like the ones that they gave me anyway. He's like, you know what? I done heard it all. But that was just me. I like to laugh through situations, even at my own expense, because there's always somebody worse off than you are. So I said I want to just share some of that with you, and then like I said, I'll be on some other channels. We will be sharing. I'll be sharing on my community wall. You guys that are here, I want to say thank you again to Katt Not Williams for sponsoring the show today's show today. I want to say thank you to my moderator, Melanie Jones Says So. She has her channel. Go over there and follow Melanie. She has some different type of content. Follow Katt Not Williams over there, especially if you're interested in that YSL trial. And we have fun at Classy Beats. Katt Not Williams turned me on to that, and you like, where are you getting this type of music? Like, where's all this music coming from? These artists are independent artists, and they're on Spotify or whatever, and it's a good time over there too. I'll be sure to have his information to share at a different time. But I just want to thank you all for being here and watching the end of this. This is the end of this series, and I'll either be making a video to upload or making a live covering something else. I seen something else that really interests me, but it hurt my stomach at the same time, so I don't know if I am going to cover it. But also, if you have something that you just want to cover briefly, even if it's like older cases, we can do that. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. And I'm like a sponge. I feel like I tell the people at work I'm a subject matter expert at my job. So I have people that report to me, and when they come talk, they go online. It's like they're all doctors. The company I work for, everybody that works there is a doctor. I'm the only one that's not. And so, first, them having to answer to me is like, really? Oh, girl, really? And it's not really answering to me. It's just that I'm just uh, that's what they call it, an SME in the field that I work in. And so when they come to me, they're like scared. So this is also a company that's like Indian based. And so like their cultures are different. So, you have to learn how to work with a lot of different cultures. And so there are a lot of times they're like you can hear them trembling through the screen. Like I work remote, you can hear them trembling. And my thing is always, you're not in trouble. We just need to fix this. I have to make sure that my reports are right when I send them over there. But you're not in trouble. This is a opportunity to learn. Use this. I use all my mistakes as learning experiences, and I tell them sometimes I have to be the teacher. Sometimes I have to be the student. But guess what I enjoy being most? I enjoy being the student most because I love learning. You can learn something every day of your life. I don't care how old you are. You can learn something every day of your life. And like these doctors thank me after, I calm them down first and then we talk about it. Like, yeah, I make mistakes all the time. I wish I would fall out because I didn't put a period somewhere. You have some people that are just like, you didn't put the period right there. Oh, you didn't put and this, you want to, if I'm nobody is harder on me than me. So yeah, but I like being a teacher. Teach me something. I don't know everything. So that's what I tell them though. But I had to, you got to kill people with kindness. Like that's unalive people with kindness. That's something YouTube, y'all know that. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm not saying, you know, with kindness, I guess they figure like, oh, we're doctors. She says, what can she tell us? Okay. When the FDA come in here, you're going to be, where's she at? Oh, no, you got it. Go ahead. It costs $0 to be nice and human to people. And so I'm going to get out of here because I could be talking to y'all all night. I'm just happy that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I have decided to be present physically this year, because last year and the year before that it wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. I did a personal campaign, but that was it. So I'm glad that I'm here and I'm present, and I just want everybody to know and be aware of, breast cancer and spread the awareness any way that I can. And so I think that's what I was put here to do. I always was asking God, why did you save me? Like I'm not questioning you, but I do want to know, why did you save me? There's so many people that I've lost. So what is, please show me something. Talk to me. Why did you save me? And I think that this is one of the reasons why. And I thank God for using me as a vessel. And I'm gonna just pat myself on the back this year for agreeing to be that vessel in the public limelight. And so and I can share everything that I know and my experiences with you all, to let you know that just because you may hear something that you don't like, or that you're scared of, and it may be the worst thing that you've ever heard in your life. God always has a plan for everybody, And I strongly believe in that from the bottom of my heart. And I thank each and every one of you for spending this day with me today. It means so much. You guys have no idea. And I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't tell you guys before I got out of here to make sure that you get your mammograms and feel on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. And don't you ever let anyone come into your house and disturb the peace that passes all understanding. I am Survivor Speaks, and I will see you guys in the next video or live. Peace.
Full cycle, I just might though, just like a Michael. Mama gone now, I'm thinking death is not we entitled. And it was me versus me, them battles had to fight through. And when you way in the dark, them demons try to fight you. But you can't let them when you gotta see the damn light. Diabetes came from nowhere, messed up whole life. That's what I used to think, my mama helped me out. I got one dairy in the sky to make proud, don't count me out. Let's get it started, rest in peace my mama, I don't wanna talk. Fresh fit, who that little nigga, fresh the way he walk. New drip, I'm that one dude creating all the sauce. News flip, you that one do the worker, not a boss. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm standing tall. It's safe to say that after all this, I'm still gon' ball. It's safe to say that